Have you ever seen a number change and suddenly feel like the whole world has woken up? That's what's happening right now with something called the Dow Jones Industrial Average, a number so famous that when it jumps hundreds or even thousands of points, people all over the United States start watching, talking, and searching for it. Today, we're not just going to explain what the Dow Jones is. We're going to explore why it suddenly became one of the most talked about things in finance, why millions of Americans are curious about it, and most importantly, what the psychology behind all this tells us about us, the people. This is Why How Lab. Let's dive in. First, let's understand what the Dow Jones really is. Most people have heard the name Dow Jones, but what is it really? Think of it as a scorecard for the US stock market. It's not a company. It's not a stock. It's a collection of 30 big, powerful companies like Caterpillar, Home Depot, and Apple, whose share prices are averaged together to show how the market is behaving. If their share prices go up, the Dow goes up. If they fall, the Dow falls. Simple enough, but here's where it gets interesting. Next, you might be wondering, why is it trending now? Right now, something unusual happened. The Dow didn't just tick up. It leaped by over 1,000 points in a single day. That kind of move gets attention, and rightfully so. But why did it happen? A major peace agreement was announced that eased geopolitical tensions, something markets hate because uncertainty makes investors nervous. When that fear lifted, the market breathed a sigh of relief. Oil prices dropped, costs looked better for business, and confidence surged. Suddenly, news anchors are talking about it. Investors are checking their portfolios. People with retirement accounts are asking, is this good or should I worry? And that's why Google searches for Dow Jones Industrial Average exploded in the US. Now let's talk about why people care so much, the human side of this story. Here's where it gets human, because the Dow is so much more than a number on a screen. Imagine Janet, 52 years old, nearing retirement, checking her 401k, or Sam at 24, just started investing for his future. When the Dow jumps or drops, they feel it, not necessarily in their wallet that day, but in their mind. This is where psychology enters the picture. Fear, hope, greed, uncertainty, emotions everyone experiences. Markets aren't just about numbers, they are about people making decisions, and human brains are wired in ways that make us react to big swings instinctively, not always logically. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Let's explore the psychology driving these market moves. When the Dow jumps suddenly, many investors feel fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. If the market is rising, I better jump in. But sometimes that's the worst time to make decisions based on emotion. On the flip side, when markets fall, like during a crash, fear takes over. People sell not because they analyze the fundamentals, but because their emotions got triggered. This is why professional investors focus on disciplined strategies instead of reacting to every tick or trend, but ordinary people, like you and me, look at flashing numbers and go, is this a crisis? Do I panic? Do I buy? That's psychology, not spreadsheets. So what does all this mean for you? If the Dow Jones can swing so wildly and trigger emotional reactions, what should you do? First, understand that short-term jumps don't always reflect long-term value. Second, don't let fear or excitement control your decisions. Third, if you're investing for the long haul, like retirement, one day's headlines should not dictate your choices. The market is human, filled with humans, reacting, predicting, panicking, celebrating, but smart investing requires patience and clarity. The world of money, economics, and human psychology is full of fascinating stories that shape our everyday lives. And this is just the beginning. If you enjoy simple explanations of complex topics like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. More videos breaking down finance, psychology, and the world around us are coming soon. So subscribe and stay tuned.